Quick video on confidence today. Been thinking a lot about this because obviously with my event coming up, I thought I wanted to share my journey and how I managed to kind of get from a place of having very, very little confidence and self-esteem to get into a place where I'm not really scared of anything now. And we're not even talking that long ago, when me and Holly started doing the Boston Academy, for instance, it literally took her about a month to get me to even do voice notes. That was a year ago now, and I literally could not. The second I'd record the voice note, I would just freeze. I just couldn't do it. It was one of the reasons I didn't like teaching a lot, because speaking in front of people has just been a huge thing that I always said that I was never good at, that I didn't ever want to do. That wasn't my thing. And because I'd said that many times, I'd kind of adapted this belief about it. And then when me and Holly did the academy, I was all thinking, I won't have to do any of that. She's an actress. I just get to not have to do the videos, not going to have to do the audios, and I can just do the behind the scenes stuff and the coaching side stuff and the theory. But no, she did actually make me, thank you though, because otherwise probably wouldn't be there now, did make me push me out of my comfort zone to do it. And literally, the first time was just panic. First video I did, I look back on it now, it was awful. Well, it wasn't awful, it was my first course, it's fine. It took about 13 hours, I think. Literally 13 hours over and over again, because I would just freak out, or I would just freeze, or I would panic. So, and now I've got an event in 2 weeks where I'm going to have to stand on stage and talk in front of like 100 odd people. Never in my entire life would I have thought that the old Kaz would ever have done that, and she wouldn't have, but the old Kaz is gone now. So the last year, how I've done it, before I was confident in other areas for sure. It was very specific confidence though, rather than kind of a general confidence. So for instance, I knew that I was intelligent, I knew that I could say coach, for instance. So that would never faze me, but the things that I'd always said I wasn't good at or that I couldn't do, they were still the things that I had no confidence on. And while a confidence should be able to be kind of cultivated for any area, otherwise it's pointless. And there's rules to apply. You apply certain rules and you'll get the results. So, start. The subconscious is a storehouse for every single thought. It's basically like a recording device. It's recording every single thing that's going on around you and has done from birth. It's recording stuff that you're not aware of in your peripheral area, whatever that is. And it's awake while you're asleep. It's doing every single thing. And on it are like programs that are downloaded. So beliefs about yourself, core beliefs, everything. Now, people think that the outside world is kind of a subjective thing. So they think that if they are looking at a tree and another person is looking at a tree, that they will both have the same experience of that tree. And that's actually totally not the case. When we're looking at the tree, what the tree is basically a reflection of light on our retina, which is like then turns it to an upside down picture. Now it is an upside down picture in our heads, and then our heads flip it around and give us it in your head. So really everything's actually going on in your head and is completely subjective. If no two people's eyes are the same, no two people's nervous systems are the same, no two people's minds are the same, and information that comes from outside has to come through your own personal devices, eyes, ears, whatever. It then goes through your storehouse, which has got every single information that's ever happened, even stuff you're not aware of, and then you would then determine the output of it. So your view of that tree is in effect completely different to anybody else's view of that tree. But we don't sort of see things like that. So how this works for confidence is, if you are constantly saying that you're not confident, if you're constantly saying that you can't do this or you can't do that, I use the example of thinking that you're ugly. That's the easiest example to use. So I think I'm ugly and I'm convinced that I'm ugly, so it's on my hard drive, it's in my subconscious, and it's there. It's a built-in mechanism program, and it's just hardwired now. And that's going to continue with one. I'll go outside and I might go shopping or something, and somebody would look at me. That information is then coming into my brain, which is then running through all of the crap that I think or that I've been through, and then I'm interpreting that. So if I think to my core that I am a grossly ugly individual and somebody looks at me, immediately I'm going to go, they're looking at me because I'm ugly. Whereas if I thought I was the most beautiful person in the world and I was amazing and I was just gorgeous, just a delight to the eye, then somebody looking at me, I would think they're looking at me because they think I'm pretty. That look that that person gave is the exact same look interpreted in two opposite manners depending on what's in your hard drive, what's in your subconscious. Your subconscious as well, as powerful as it is, it's kind of a little bit weak and vulnerable in a sense. Not weak, it's vulnerable, because it is taking in everything and it's manipulated by things and things that we don't have a lot of control over. So a comment from 1963 calling you fat might be because it was that painful, is just that prominent in your subconscious that's kind of how it then pans out. Because your subconscious is controlling 95% of our lives as well, whatever's stored in there is pretty important. So if you've got this downloaded program that you can't do X, Y, or Z, or that you're not confident, or that you're not pretty, or that you're not anything, that is how you're going to interpret reality. So then the second part, however you interpret your reality and whatever you're looking for, you get more of via the law of attraction. So if you're constantly looking for your flaws, all you'll see. If you're constantly looking for people to compare yourself to because they're better looking, you'll constantly find it. The law of attraction will just mirror back your dominant beliefs, thoughts, etc. So what then happens is, because we get more of what we focus on, so try this as well. Look around the room. I stole this one off Holly. Stole it off Tony Robbins. Look around the room now, whatever room you're in, and count how many things are blue. Just count now. Now, close your eyes. Now, open your eyes and tell me how many things were green. And you'll be like, well, which place? It's looking for blue. But that's exactly the point. If you're looking for the things that you don't like about yourself, if you're looking for the things that are not perfect, if you're looking for the things that bother you, that's all you'll be able to see. That's all that will come in. With all of your attention filtered systems, it will all come down to that. So if you're actively looking for what you hear about yourself, that's all you're going to see via the law of attraction. And then do you see how them two things then build into each other? You're interpreting reality in a certain way because of your downloaded programs, and then reality is then confirming it because, well, you think it's confirming it, but you're just manipulating the information to confirm it. But it ends up in a self-fulfilling prophecy. And that's why it's really, really hard. And then once it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, it turns into like a big ball, and then it just gathers more and more and more momentum. But it's easy to change. People are born confident, but it gets knocked out of them. But then we all have this innate ability to get it. It's not about class, it's not about race, it's not about money, it's not about the way you look. None of that means jack shit. What it's about is, it's about cultivating a inner resilience. There's no out there. If there's no out there, and if everything is completely manipulated by our internal systems, then we have much more control over the way people see us, over our reality, over everything than we think that we do, simply by changing what goes on inside. So the best advice I could give is, we need to start installing new programs. You install a new program, it takes a while. They say 21 days to start setting new ones, but I go 6 weeks and it's got to be every day. It's got to be a constant. You've got to brainwash yourself. You're getting brainwashed, by the way, every single day anyway. All of this subliminal stuff, the messages on TV, not messages, makes me sound crazy, adverts. The reason that the get advertisers are so successful is the subliminal messaging and stuff. They're designed to make you feel like shit about yourself, so you think buying that product is going to make you feel good. And you're getting brainwashed anyway, people. That's exactly what we're doing. So who do you want to brainwash you? Do you want other people to brainwash you for their means and gains? Or do you want to take control of yourself and brainwash yourself? And that's how it is. Because we can't specifically deal with our subconscious, we have to feed it images and what we want, enough to get it to change the program and the set response. But it's not that hard. Like I said, I couldn't do voice notes, man. Could not do voice notes. Panic. I used to cry before I used to have to teach. Cry. There were children, there were children, I was 16, they were really nice, but I hated it. Anyway, back to the point. So, best things for confidence. First, repetition. Repetition with this, and bearing with it, and doing it every single day. Because what you need to do is you need to build a momentum up in the other direction. But because your car, your momentum ball is going like 100 miles an hour, because you built it up with the whole self-fulfilling prophecy thing, you can't just stop it like that. So what you've got to do is you've got to slow it down. And how you slow it down is by introducing ideas that you want. So if you wanted confidence, if you wanted to feel, if you thought you were ugly, for instance, we'll use that one. So what we would need to do, I would always love affirmations. Start with affirmations every morning. Affirmations. Google it. All you need to type in Google whatever you want to happen. Type that in Google's affirmations for it. So affirmations for confidence, affirmations for body image, affirmations for anything in the world you want, whatever it is. Google some of them, write them down first thing in the morning because it starts it off, and then repeat them in your head throughout. What you're doing is monkey brain, your conscious mind, is repeating it over and over again. And because we don't know what is getting into the subconscious and what isn't, bits of it will seep through, but we don't know when, so we've just got to like bear with it. So our subconscious gets it, and then eventually you'll see the outside evidence, and then you'll know that the momentum's building up in the right direction. So affirmations every day for 6 weeks. Also, I would do visualizations. I would start visualizing. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between reality and things that are vividly imagined. So even if you aren't the most confident person in the world, if you sit and spend 10 minutes a day visualizing yourself confident, visualizing what confident you would do, what you would say, how people would be, what you're doing is you're tricking it into thinking that that's who you are. Because all as you've done is you've just downloaded a program that says in your subconscious, I'm not worthy, or I am ugly, or I am not confident. So we just need to get rid of that crappy program that isn't working for us and install a new program. And that's how we start doing it. So we've got affirmations. So I've just got notes down there. Visualizations. And then some cool stuff I found that actually does work as well. If you've got something that you say you're about to go on a date, or you're about to do something scary, or a job interview, when we're worrying and stuff, we're releasing cortisol, which is like a stress hormone. So a really good thing, it was on a TED Talk. I haven't ripped it off a TED Talk, I've ripped it off a guy on YouTube. You stand next to it, it's called Superman pose. So you stand with your legs apart, arms on your hips, shoulders back, and your chest out, and your chin up in the air. And what it does is, look where you don't know. You do that for a couple of minutes a day, preferably in the morning. It builds up, it releases testosterone, which is like a confidence hormone, and sort of gets rid of the cortisol. Is it cortisol? Something like that. Gets rid of that. So yes, do that. It's really cool. And voice training as well. The way we speak and the way we project is important. So I would always do mirror work with affirmations every morning as well. If you ask, say, a nervous person a question, the voice tends to be maybe mumbly, or if they're not sure of the answer, mumbly and meek and muttery, and it might go up at the end, so they'll be like, yeah, I'm fine. It's not really. Whereas when you're confident, you've got a yes, I'm fine, and it's a dominant thing, and the tone goes down towards the end. So I would practice affirmations in the mirror, looking at myself in the mirror, and use them in that tone. And it's faking it till you make it. That's how you do it. It's not technically lying. What it is it's reprogramming your subconscious. That's all we're doing. There's loads of other stuff. There is subliminal, because when you're asleep, monkey brains are chattering away, and there's more likelihood for things to seep through. How long have we been talking for? Shit, 15 minutes, sorry. A lot more to come through to your subconscious. So do subliminal stuff for confidence and self-esteem. You can listen to affirmations for confidence and self-esteem while you're asleep, anything like that. Any other questions below? I shall answer them. Love you. Bye.